What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Nick, and I'm back with another video, as you can see. And today, we are watching 7 black sitcoms that deserve a reboot. And this is from Cuzimblacktv. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him. You know what I'm saying? Check out his channel, man. But 7 of them things. 7 of them things that deserve a reboot. I don't know, man. Like we have a lot of black sitcoms, but I feel like some of them shouldn't be touched at all. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, bro, let's just get straight into the video.
A post by Martin Lawrence, to where it said Young Martin. And I was like, what?
Young Martin.
So apparently, Martin is working on a new show to revamp the Martin show, but it's going to be through the prism of a young Martin Payne. I think that is fire. I think that is dope. And it's going to be a drama, allegedly, kind of like how the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was revamped. And I think that's really cool. It really got me to thinking of, well, what other shows deserve a reboot? Well, we're going to talk about that right now. Why? Because I'm black, y'all. First show on my list that I have to talk about is...
What? How you living? What? How you living? Live in color.
I don't know. I don't know, because they did try this before. A couple of years back, they tried to revamp this show. They tried to revamp this show to like introduce it to a new generation. They tried to do this, but like it was never fulfilled. They never like actually did it. They had the idea for it, but they never pursued it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I feel like a living color should just stay where it's at. I think this shouldn't be bothered at all on me, because it was definitely for the time. You know what I'm saying? And then like sketch comedy, you know what I'm saying? Sketch comedy shows, bro. Like it's really not a lot of them now. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of them. You know, of course you got the Chappelle Show, Key and Peele. Avion Crockett had like a short-lived sketch comedy show. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? But I think this should just be left alone. This is a classic. This shouldn't be touched at all. And it was definitely for its time too. Like, let's just leave this alone.
Let's take a trip and sip on a tree. Glad with the guy on a funky scene. Here comes another one of those funky, funny, more money shows. A cast for laughs, for talented pros and sisters with twisters for you to look and listen. It seems you don't believe, so you believe what I can picture. So put it to your short and thought will make it snappy. With jokes and folks to keep you happy. No need to hold your remote control. Chill. This show's got soul. All aboard, all aboard. The train of a juggle. You better snuggle up a couple up for the double, yeah. It's hard to believe, but some of the best things in life are free. So fellas, grab your girl. Tell her that you love her, cause that's the way you're living when you're living in the color.
In living color, you can do what you wanna do. In living color. In living color was a renegade, pioneering, innovative sketch show that was way ahead of its time, spearheaded and led by one of the greatest minds in black comedy and cinema, and Keenan Ivory Wayans, along with his Wayans brothers and sisters, and found a lot of talent in the late 80s, early 90s that will wind up being megastars, from Jamie Foxx to Jim Carrey to the Wayans brothers.
For real, that's what you got to give this show credit for. They discovered like some of the like most noticeable faces in the industry. You know, you got Jim Carrey. I feel like Jim Carrey, Jamie Foxx. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Jim Carrey and Jamie Foxx. Of course, you got the Wayne brothers. You know what I'm saying? But like they were like the breakout stars that went and did their own thing and became really successful at, you know what I'm saying? Especially Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey was killing it at one point. You know what I'm saying? He was killing it. You know, Jamie Foxx, man, like that Jamie Foxx is just multi-talented, man. But hey man, leave this show alone.
Themselves of Sean and Marlon.
J-Lo. That's why I say a lot of stars came from this show.
Again, a show that was just way ahead of its time. Edgy comedy that you couldn't even do today.
Right.
It was unapologetic. It went against the grain. It was a renegade, all that good stuff. And comedy, especially black comedy, is something that we're missing today, especially the black sketch show. When you look at Chappelle's show, what it did, Key and Peele, even most recently, the Black Lady Sketch Show, which I believe just ended not too long ago. We're missing this type of vibe and type of content within black TV shows. I think it's something that is needed, something that is still wanted, and I think A Living Color today will be fire. Speaking of the Wayans brothers, let's talk about Damian Wayans and his hit TV show, My Wife and Kids.
Yeah.
My Wife and Kids is one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
Now
It's something I can put on at any time with Michael Cobb.
Okay, My Wife and Kids. This is, I mean, I'm going to say if they were ever to do a reboot, they have to pick up where they left off. Because as we know, the last episode of My Wife and Kids is when Jay told Michael to get a vasectomy, you know what I'm saying, so she won't get pregnant, you know what I'm saying. She didn't want to get pregnant, so she asked him to get a vasectomy, and then like they ended up having sex because like Michael Kyle pretty much told Jay that he had a vasectomy and he was lying. Had sex with her and she ended up pregnant, and then the episode ended. But if they were to reboot this, they have to pick it up where they left off. They got to. It's the only way. But do we really want to go through this again? Do we really want to go through this again? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think.
And J. Kyle trying to raise their wild and crazy kids together while they're being wild and crazy themselves. I love this show. It definitely deserved to have more seasons. It definitely deserved to end on a proper note, which we will eventually get to how My Wife and Kids should have ended. We will definitely get to that video.
It lasted though.
In the very near future. But yeah, My Wife and Kids just a feel-good time. Damian Wayans, just being Damian Wayans, fooling around,
this show
having a good time. And of course, Tisha Campbell, one of the greats when it comes to comedy, when it comes to TV shows, sitcoms, who not only was from Martin, but also was an MVP of My Wife and Kids as well. Mm-hmm. And the kids, from Claire to Junior to Katie, just everybody played their role so well. Even the side characters.
Bobby Shaw.
It's Bobby Shaw. To Calvin, is that right? Like,
is that
show
right?
Is just so good. I don't understand how it only lasted 5 seasons.
Is that right?
And you can definitely reboot this show today. And it's an easy show to reboot and write, of now Junior being the father to have to deal with his crazy kids, while you have Michael and Jay be the grandparents that are like, see, I told you. This is a show that definitely can be rebooted, if for nothing else, just to see Damian Wayans and Tisha Campbell be together once again and just do what they do best, which is give us pure comedy.
It ran for 5
Now
seasons,
a show that somewhat is in the same vein, that came out around the exact same time, a show that also deserves to be rebooted, is
Sometimes it's like you can feel all by yourself. But I have a partner, but I can't trust no one.
Okay. Another show that ended without a conclusion. One thing I can say about One-on-One is that you know what, this actually can be rebooted, because like I remember Flex Washington was talking about this. He was talking about rebooting One-on-One, but like, do people really want to go through that again? You know what I'm saying? Because like, I don't think a lot of people want to go through that again. You know what I'm saying? But like with my wife and kids, they gotta pick it up where they left off. And the final episode of One-on-One is when Ray J pretty much slept with Brianna. You know what I'm saying? And then the white girl come in. You know what I'm saying? She see that they sleeping together, and she just freak all out. Then run out the room. Then the episode ends. Like, nah. They left us without a conclusion. But like I said, like, they have to pick it up where they left off.
So don't isolate yourself when there's nobody around. Oh yeah. I'll be there to think of it.
I ain't gonna lie, fire theme song.
One-on-one. Brianna Washington, Flex Washington, Spirit or Nez, Dwayne. Like, this show was one of my favorite shows growing up during the early 2000s with Flex Washington, a young bachelor that's a player trying to now raise his now young adolescent kid and trying to instill in her all the morals and values you're supposed to have as you're trying to be an adult. Meanwhile, he's trying to figure out how to be a parent and an adult himself. Just a great dynamic between the two and a great supporting cast that I just not too long ago saw a video of Kyla Pratt and her daughter together, which, by the way, her daughter stole her face, like her whole entire face. She took everything. Like, oh my God, the fact that Kyla,
Kyla, she was definitely one of my crushes when I was younger, man. Like, Kyla, you was supposed to wait for me, baby. You was supposed to wait for me. You was supposed to wait for me. You was supposed to wait for me. You was supposed to wait for me, but it's all good, baby. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good, baby. It's all good. But her daughter literally looks just like her. It's scary. It's scary. They're so identical. It's so scary.
Pratt and her daughter looks literally identical. It's like, it's just a precious thing to see.
Yes.
And I really think Kyla Pratt and Flex Alexander have talked about this in the past years ago about trying to reboot One-on-One. I think you can still do it today. Going back to what I said about my wife and kids, now you give the perspective and dynamic of Brianna being the parent, having to deal with a child, growing up through adolescence, and trying to make all the right decisions and making mistakes along the way, while Flex, Brianna's dad, is also trying to guide Brianna as a parent, but also allowing Brianna again to make her own choices. Kind of in that vein, you still allow Kyla Pratt to be Kyla Pratt, and you still allow Flex Alexander to be Flex Alexander, and you still have a great supporting cast. Outside of maybe Spirit, I don't think if you watch recent videos of hers, I don't think she has any desire to get back into acting. God bless her, and all the success to her. Yeah, but outside of Spirit possibly not being there, I still think you have a great cast that can put on a great show and a great reboot of One-on-One. Now, speaking of dope, someone who I think is one of the dopest people in the world, one of the most talented people in the world, a show that I think you could definitely revamp that I don't think ever really gets talked about, but I think it would be dope to see.
No. This don't need to get revamped. I'm sorry, cause I'm Black TV. I'm sorry, but No, this does not need to be touched because we seen the conclusion to this. Him and Fancy end up getting married. You know what I'm saying? They ended up getting married, and then they had a conclusion to the show. But the network like, we could do another season, but like, we ain't finna do this again. Let's just end it right here. But like, I feel like the Jamie Foxx show is underrated. It's like an underrated classic sitcom. It is. I love it, but I believe this should not be touched at all. Leave this one alone, because I love this show. And it had a fire thing. My favorite girl. Is all I need.
The reboot of the Jamie Foxx show.
Nah.
The Jamie Foxx show, I think you could definitely reboot. Jamie Foxx, who, like I said, is one of the most talented people ever. He can sing, he can dance, he can act. Like, he can do it all. He can play piano. He can literally do it all. I would love to see Jamie Foxx reboot his character of Jamie King, take over the hotel of his aunt and his uncle, the Kings. He still is married to Fancy, probably has a kid. Still, you have Braxton, who maybe becomes a partner. Maybe they buy the hotel together. Even though the person that played Braxton, Christopher Duncan, he has a great interview on Comedy Hype that kind of breaks down how that character kind of destroyed his career in a sense, which is very sad.
Oh, so Braxton
But even
was
in that, I still believe that character, you can revamp that. You can maybe tweak it a little bit. And I would just love to see Jamie and Braxton together, Fancy together, even Aunt Helen and Junior. And I just love to see them together because it was a great cast. Next is switching up a little bit from comedy.
The Wire? The Wire? I didn't watch The Wire like that. I know Michael B. Jordan was in The Wire. Nah, man, I don't think we should mess with this. I don't know. Damn, this
Cities
a
are
long
ran.
intro.
I think I would love to see The Wire rebooted, especially with the final episode, how they basically show how in the neighborhood, in the hood, it's an ongoing cycle of characters. Like, I would love to see how Michael turns out to be Omar. Dookie turns out to be Bubbles. Naaman turns out to be Bunny or Bunk. Randy turns out to be Prop Joe. I would love to see them now take on that role of the cast of characters that we had on the show. And who now is Stringer? Who now is Avon? Right? Who is now McNulty? What happened to all those characters, and how has Baltimore changed since the late 2000s? Like, how has it changed? How has it stayed the same? But The Wire, in my opinion, is probably the GOAT of all TV series. And I just want to see how everything turned out for all the characters and the people within the show, how everything turned out for them. Speaking of crime, a show that is still talked about today.
New York Undercover. Like I said, I ain't watch a lot of these. I didn't really watch shows like The Wire and New York Undercover. I did. What else he got on here?
Cover, man, is Eddie, like those of a revamp that look at Left to Be Told, and it's one of the most probably powerful shows within Black television.
See them rebooting this, you know what I'm saying? And what's funny, I was gonna save this to the end of the video, But did you know? Did you know that they're actually talking about rebooting this, and this is going to be focused on Whitley's daughter and Whitley and Dwayne's daughter going to Hillman. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, let's see how that turn out. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, it sounds interesting. You know what I'm saying? The parents used to go to Hillman, now their daughter's going to Hillman. Like that's pretty interesting. I would like to see that, but yeah, this show definitely deserves a reboot.
It's a different world. Ooh, where you come from. A different world. A show about black young men and women, young adults, trying to make it and figure out life in college, making all kinds of decisions and choices that will determine their future, making accomplishments, making mistakes. A different world. Dwayne Wayne, Whitley Gilbert, Ron, Freddie, Kim, Jaleesa, like, bruh, this show was so great, especially after the revamp in season 2 when Denise Huxtable left the show.
Yeah, they sent her back to
making
the
it,
college.
shout out to Debbie Allen, making the show actually black, because the college was at HBCU Hillman, which still to this day people feel is a real college. The Hillman is so iconic that people feel like it's a real college. At HBCU, about black college life, like, this was so powerful that it got a lot of people into going to college or looking to have goals and achieve certain things in their life through the prism of the motivation of a different world. Like, a different world, I think you could definitely reboot today. Another easy story to tell, kind of in the vein of Grownish, but now all your characters who were kids or young adults in the show are now parents, and now all their kids go to Hillman, and now you have all these cast of characters trying to interact with each other. Some like each other, some don't like each other. You can tell that story, and I think it'll be dope, as well as still seeing the old cast chemistry and interact. Like, I just think that would be dope, man. I just think A Different World is a great show that you could definitely reboot. And if nothing else, the cast of characters definitely deserve to be back together again. So those are my black shows that I believe deserve reboots. Let me know how you feel. What are shows that you wish would be rebooted, that you think could be redone? Comment below, like, comment, subscribe, share all the things of the things. Cause I'm black, y'all. Cause I'm black, y'all. Cause I'm black and I'm black and I'm black, y'all. Now, yo, cause I'm black and I'm back.
Yo, man, that was 7 black sitcoms that deserve a reboot. That was a good video, man. Good video, man. I enjoyed it, man. And it also made me think, like, you know, I was trying to think of other black sitcoms, but, like, I mean, a lot of the sitcoms we have should not be touched, man. Like, with Good Times, I don't like what they did with Good Times. I really don't like what they did with that, because, like, it's pretty. I feel like it's destroying the legacy of Good Times, what the show was really about. You know what I'm saying? But now they completely flipped it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of that at all. For real. But this was a good video. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these reboots that he pointed out, some of them I did like. And I'm just be honest, some of them I didn't. Like The Wire. I've never seen The Wire. I mean, I ain't gonna say I never seen The Wire, but, like, I was just never really invested in The Wire in New York Undercover. You know, I'm a sitcom type of guy. You know what I'm saying? And a sketch comedy type of guy. You know what I'm saying? But in Living Color, like I said, they tried to do it. They just never really pursued to do it. You know what I'm saying? But My Wife and Kids, definitely, I could see a reboot for that. But they have to pick it up where they left off. The same with One-on-One. They have to pick it up where they left off. That's the only way that I see a reboot within these shows, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here, man. Make sure you guys smash that like button, man, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, man, and don't forget to press that bell so you be notified when I do make new videos. And I'll see y'all in the next video, bruh. Peace.